All right, good evening. This is Coach Big Pete of DeepDishFootball.com and the Weemy Report. Um, be sure to check out on Twitter now, the Weemy Report at the Weemy Report. Be sure you check it out. Wisconsin, Illinois, Minnesota, and Iowa. All four states. Um, I'm the main publisher. I'm the head guy. I'm the guy that started it. Weemy Report. Be sure you check it out. Okay. So 2 days. About 3 days almost, I think. Yeah, 3 days celebrating the lovely new year of 2018. Might as well kick it off with a deep dish football update earlier. Um, go over some things. First, please, and I beg of you, class of 2019, 2020, and 2021 recruits, I have the Deep Dish Football Recruiting Questionnaire. It is on deepdishfootball.com. It is also on top of the Deep Dish Football Facebook page and Twitter page. Please fill it out. Make sure that I have your information. Class of 2019, 2020, 2021, Illinois. Make sure that I have your information. Please make sure of it. Fill it out, everything else. And remember, my email is coachbigpeteddf@gmail.com. Email again, coachbigpeteddf@gmail.com. All right. So let's get a little bit more into recruiting. February is the next big signing day, last big signing day that's coming up in that. But I just want to talk to the parents, and these are the parents of the recruits. And I've talked to a few of the parents of, especially it was at Lake Forest camp, and I've the Benedictine camp too. But this is one thing. About 1/8 of the coaches around the area know me from before coaching high school football, what I used to do. And the main thing is basically to go and basically investigate and see what's going on and send them information. And sometimes they ask me, but they also ask me, how are these recruits' parents? Are these recruits' parents? Are they kosher? Is everything good with them? And that's what I like to do. I want to meet with the parents, sometimes at the camps, sometimes at the showcases and that, to get a better feel for those parents and also get a better feel for the kid. The biggest mistake right now is that people, I'm completely dumbfounded, that don't understand. Character matters now in college football more than ever. Please understand, there are certain people, certain media organizations that feast on the idea of something bad happening with a college football team, something stupid happening, because they can point their finger and they can say, look at those barbaric football players, they're up to no good, they're nothing, this sport is not good on our society, all that other stuff. They're looking for some reason to point their finger. And that's why college coaches are looking for high character guys, because if anything bad happens, those coaches' asses, they're out. Next, let's talk about the grades. And please, I beg of you, and I've asked this numerous times, and I've said this numerous times, have your grades and do not lie about your grades. The college coaches, no matter what, are going to find out about your grades. Do not lie about your grades. I have now gone through 6 kids right now that have lied about their grades, and some aren't even going to play college football anymore because they realize that their grades do mean something in football. That this old stereotype of the dumb football player or the football player that doesn't go to school, that's basically done. This isn't North Carolina. So, and North Carolina is changing too. All the schools are changing. So please, do understand that. And I've said this before, and I said this before. I said this before. I've met parents, and I just want to go back to a little bit of what I said. I've met parents. The main thing I like to do is I want to meet some of the top recruits' parents. I want to talk to them because I get a better feel for them. So when a college coach asks me, hey, how's this kid? How's his parents doing? Because they know me from my old background, that they basically will ask about how's this kid's background, how's the parents' background, and everything else. And is he basically sort of the living through the child type of parent? That is huge. And again, a parent that goes on social media, makes a big social media habit of putting up social media things about his son being disrespected. That's another headache for college coaches. So most of them now understand that they literally, the college coaches ask me, how's the character of the kid? And how's the character of the parents? How are the parents with the kid? Those are the questions that they will ask me. That's most of the questions that they will ask. They will ask me, besides size, weight, height, speed. Do you have his game film? Blah 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 blah. And that's why I need your information. Please send in your recruiting information, because literally last year, I had a thing where I gathered from the coaches, and some of the coaches didn't know the size, the height, the speed, didn't know the stats, didn't even know the kid's GPA, and were giving me BS GPAs. So that's why I'm asking. Please fill out the recruiting questionnaire. Now, hopefully, and I mean this hopefully, next month I will be visiting Wisconsin and Iowa, going to some schools, colleges, talking to some college coaches, do a preview of each college so that you guys get a better feel for it and everything else. Talk to the coaches and all that other stuff. I'm still trying to raise money for the trip. Please feel free to send it via PayPal or go on the right-hand section. Feel free to leave a tip or a donation. Now, about 4 or 5 people have asked, well, don't you have the money that you're making from Deep Dish Football to get that? Here's the thing. I'm making nothing right now for Deep Dish Football. Absolutely nothing. So I'm trying to get into the whole blogosphere net. And if you want to, if you have any advertisers or sponsors that are interested in Deep Dish Football or their Wing Report or whatever to get their business or name featured out, let me know. My email is coachbigpeteddf@gmail.com. And someone has said, well, if you need the money, why don't you just charge a subscription fee? I will never, ever do that. Never do that. Because it's complete BS for me to put a kid's articles, to put on Twitter a kid's article's name, link, and have that kid pay money just to see his name in the article. That's complete low-life BS. And all the subscription people, well, this is the future. No, it's not. Advertisements are the future. You just got to find a better way to get more advertisements, and that's what I'm trying to do. So please, any businesses or companies that want to advertise or that, please let me know through advertisements and sponsors. Have your product featured on Deep Dish Football videos, website, and anything else. Let me know. My email, again, is coachbigpeteddf@gmail.com. Again, another thing, too. Next month starts the coaching clinics. I'll be at the Glacier Clinics. I'm going to be at a few other clinics. Going to be talking to some coaches, do a few interviews with some coaches. So it should be a fun time. It's going to be exciting. But again, let's take the clinics. Let's move them out there. Let's take the trip from Wisconsin, Iowa. Let's move it down there. Let's move it to the left. Main thing, please, recruits from classes of 2019, 2020, and 2021, please fill out your recruiting questionnaires. Secondly, please understand that grades do matter. Please, I'm begging of you, don't go into those old stereotypes of, well, they can get along, they get away with anything, the football players. I don't need to study. You need to study. You need to have the test scores. Please understand it. And yes, character does matter. And again, like I've said before, and some of the parents have noticed it too, that I go into the stands and meet with the parents and I talk with the parents. That is the whole reason why. Because I shake your hand, I say hi, I talk to that parent. I want to know that parent's life story in 10 minutes, even less. So I can tell the college coach, this parent's good, this blah 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 blah. He's not going to give you a headache. She's not going to give you a headache. She's going to give you a headache. He's going to give you a headache. Blah 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 blah. That's the whole thing. Again, character matters. This literally, it's become almost a job interview with these recruits now, because you got to know the background, you got to know the background story, you got to know the parent story, you got to know every single story to make sure that you are selecting the right player for your college football team, so your ass does not get fired. So please understand that. Please do understand that. And this is a big thing too. This happened last year, right around this time. The 2 months from January to February were hell months last year, because parents were killing their kids' recruiting chances. It was bad. It was very, very, very bad. Do you know what the funny thing about the rankings and all the other stuff too is? And this is what some of the coaches have told me too, the college coaches, what they like to see. They like to see the reaction of the kids. They like to see the reaction of the coaches. Not the coaches, but the parents. That's very key. It's very interesting. Very interesting. I'm also going to be stopping by some high schools in the winter for pre-workout stuff. And again, Wisconsin and Iowa. Remember, my email is coachbigpeteddf@gmail.com. And please, go to deepdishfootball.com. Literally, I'm just how much? I think it's like $20.50 from June. I got $20.50 for my AdSense thing. Click on the ads for deepdishfootball.com so I can at least make a penny or 2 pennies, please. Thank you guys so much. I wish you guys a happy New Year to you and your family and everything else. We'll do one more article before New Year's Day about some of the funny moments that I had this year, which will be fun. But please, my email is coachbigpeteddf@gmail.com. Recruits fill out the questionnaires. Have a happy New Year. To you and your family, from my family to yours, happy New Year. And best luck in 2018? Yeah, 2018. Wow. But yeah, please fill out those recruiting questionnaires. And have a lovely night.